All right, hello everyone. This is Generic playing Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. In this case, playing on the Nintendo Switch. Um, really been looking forward to this. I remember playing when I was much younger on the Nintendo Entertainment System and kind of fell in love with these games. And now that I've got kids, they too have shown that they enjoy them, and they also like watching videos on YouTube of people playing video games. So I figured, why not take my love for video games, specifically in this case Final Fantasies, and kind of give them something to watch. So let's see. I don't really have anything here. Configuration. Yep, I would like to have it in English. And keep the modernized font. Brightness, I think, looks good. Confirm, back, menu, auto battle. All right, excellent. Well, I think we should be good then. So, starting a new game. Normally, I play a fighter, or a warrior, and a monk, and typically a red mage, and then a white mage. That has been my traditional classic party. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different. Um, a little bit. I think I'm gonna do the white mage and black mage, and we'll see how this works out. What's some good names? All right, let's see. We'll call you 12 characters. Corin. Perfect. Yep. And then the black belt will be Hugh. Normally, I would just come up with some random characters and throw some vowels in between them, and that would be what their names are. Celia, yep. Oh, nope. There we go. And finally, for the black mage, he shall be. I feel like I'm getting very close to Gandalf here. Or Ganon. Man, coming up with names. Probably one of the more difficult parts of this game. There we go, Greston. All right, so we've got Corin the warrior, Hugh the monk, Celia the white mage, and Greston the black mage. All right, so starting off, the world lies shrouded in darkness. The winds die. It's very ominous. So this looks way better than the Nintendo. The seas rage. I feel like I'm playing on the Super Nintendo. The earth decays. Yeah, it's definitely like Super Nintendo level graphics, which, considering I love number 4 and number 6, that's fine with me. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. After a long journey, 4 young travelers did at last appear. I bet it's probably a warrior, a monk, a white mage, and a black mage. And in the hand of each was clutched a crystal. So far, I'd say this is a significantly better intro than the old Nintendo version. All right, party members. All right, so this version, one of the big things is, aside from just being able to walk and run, is that you can turn encounters on and off. So that's really nice when you don't feel like dealing with aggravation. Specifically looking at you, Marsh Cave, which we will get to in a later time. But there's some annoying enemies in this game that I really don't like fighting. So we'll see how well we do with or without encounters. Oh yeah, also in the configuration, I think the boosts. All right. So for me, um, just because I do like grinding, and at the same time, um, it's kind of boring watching me grind. So I plan on keeping experience with a 4 times multiplier and Gil probably with a 4 times multiplier for the majority of this game. And that's just to keep me from spending a ton of time in random encounters, and hopefully I will stay more on track with getting through the game. All right, so here's the inn. There's we running. All right, so start off by buying magic because let's face it, the white mage and black mage are both kind of useless without magic. So we'll give him fire and thunder. Let's see. Sleep is actually a decent spell also. So I'm going to get that. And then we'll go get white magic and get cure and Dia, which is fantastic against undead and only undead. And which one's better? Probably just going to save my money for now. So you can only have 3 spells for each character. That's one of the downfalls of the red mage, is that trying to teach him white magic and black magic, sometimes you just you run out of spell slots. All right. So chainmail, clearly the warrior. You always want to keep him equipped in the best that he possibly can have. For now, keeping the black belt in armor is useful. I would say very quickly though, probably It may have changed. I think it was like level 3 or 4. Uh, you're better off typically unequipping the black belt of anything. So I'll keep that in mind for now. Sure. Get the nunchuck. That's worse. Attack 9. Okay, so rapier for the warrior and a hammer for the white mage. Alright, perfect. And the poor black mage gets nothing. So another thing, equipping things is much nicer in this version. And I think you can buy multiple items at once, which is a huge improvement from the original, where you would just come over to, especially the item shop, and you would buy one of these at a time. So yeah, there we go. So now I'm broke. But let's see, 1 gil, yeah. Luckily, with the 4 times multiplier, I should get gold pretty quick. Welcome, travelers. I'm told you carry crystals. Is this true? Oh, yeah, look at those crystals. It's just as Lucan's prophecy foretold. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. Your Majesty, we cannot be certain that these are the warriors foretold by the prophecy. So negative. Yet they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this as mere coincidence. Crystal bearers, there is a task I would ask of you. Will you rescue my daughter Sarah? Garland, a knight once at His Majesty's service, has abducted Princess Sarah. I ask for your aid in the name of His Majesty, the King of Cornelia. Garland has taken refuge in the Chaos Shrine, which lies to our north. Of course, we did attempt to save the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdom. We have none who can match him, which is weird because if you're trying to rescue someone, why would you send an army? At which point, if Garland's beating an army, that's probably odd. Or are you doing like duels where it's 1-on-1 constantly, which is not very effective. I've heard that you wish to journey to the continent to our north. The bridge leading north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have the bridge rebuilt as a token of my gratitude. You would think that you would probably just want it rebuilt anyway. Go now, warriors of light, and do not fail me. Alright. So now we can leave the castle. So I'd recommend getting a couple levels just around here. Fights are pretty easy. And right now your guys miss a lot, don't do a lot of damage. Yeah. You don't want to go up to the Temple of Time and end up regretting it. Oh, that's fantastic. So much nicer. It's good level, and terrible hit points. So that is the story of the Black Mage. They tend to have very low hit points, and that oftentimes leads to them dying. I guess that's what happens when you wield the powers of the cosmos that make you sickly. Alright, so I will probably get to, I don't know, level 3 or level 4. There are some chests up there. Turn on auto battle. There are some chests that have some more equipment. I think there's like a cap or whatnot. Not a very strong level for them. You got a good level though. When I say good level, I mean essentially you can either get low hit points or high hit points. So normally if I say it's a good level, it means I got maximum hit point or higher hit points. All right. Oh man, my monk has less hit points than my black mage. That's gonna be something. Let's see, continue auto battle and cursor memory. We'll see how that works, but all right, magic, use. Now he's out. Breaking, nope. Preemptive strike, that's good. So I'm also trying to get the bestiary filled out. The plan is to 100% this, which I think they said you can now, yeah. Initially, when these came out on the PC, you could not see what you had done in the bestiary without exiting the game. So this is a huge improvement. So 128 creatures. I think a wolf is the last thing around here. So I guess probably with the multipliers on, filling out the bestiary with all the enemies is probably going to be what is leveling me up. Probably get one more level and then go rest and then head up to the temple. Like I said, I don't really want to spend all the time just wandering around here, but getting a couple levels early will definitely make your travels a little bit easier. Excellent. No one got good levels, but it's fine. All right, come here, rest. All right, so much better. Level 5, so I've got second and third level spells, which unfortunately we're not going to be able to get for a little bit. But that's okay. Oh yeah, let's see how. All right, so right now attack of 20, defense of 6, attack of 16 with a higher evasion. So it looks like already you can remove his armor and we'll keep the nunchucks on for just a little bit longer. Maybe like level 6 or 7. Oh, there's a wolf. All right, so we're heading up here to the Chaos Shrine. So just be aware, a lot of enemies in here can poison you, or they can paralyze you. Poison does not go away at the end of the fight. Paralyze does. We'll make sure you equip your armor as you get it. And there is a locked chest or locked room in here that we'll have to come back for later. There we go. Potion and a tent. Unlike a lot of the later games, I would say that this one is probably one of the only Final Fantasies where I do like having a lot more items than normal, just because you are very limited normally on your spells. So having an additional way that you can heal is quite useful. Alright, so you need the Mystic Key, which we will get in it's not like the end of the game, but it's probably a good like hour or two away. Oof. Gigas worms do so much damage. Yeah. Alright, well. But I do typically still try and use magic first, just because you can rest and get it back. And that's normally why I liked having the red mage and the white mage, just because the red mage can, like I said, use white and black magic. So up to a point, which means it's a second healer. So that many more spell slots. Alright, so 2 rooms that we need to come back for. Check our bestiary real quick. Alright, so there's some there, and probably a couple more things. Alright, good. Didn't get poisoned. Poison is one of the worst status effects in the game. It's just aggravating. It's not like super debilitating or anything. It's just aggravating. Alright, what I think we're gonna try this. So you may have noticed he did a lot more hits, which resulted in pretty high damage. Uh, at least in the old Nintendo version of this, you could basically cast a couple spells on a black belt and kill the end guy in one hit, because he would hit so many times. His damage was just completely crazy. I think in this version, if I recall correctly, the end boss has been significantly buffed up, so he's a lot stronger, and I don't think that's the case anymore. But your black belt is still probably the best damage dealer you've got. All right. So now we're starting to get to the point where we need a lot of experience points for the levels, so definitely not going to go around and try and level up. But I think we'll try and finish filling out this part of the bestiary, and if not, that's fine. I'll probably do that next episode. Also, I would like to at least beat Garland in this episode. That way, I have done something meaningful. But I just keep getting all these goblins. So back in here. Oh, there we go. There's a werewolf. Yeah, look at that damage. Ooh, so much experience points too. Just in case. Alright. The Gigas Worm. I guess we'll probably get our last level, and then we'll beat Garland. You should not be difficult at all. I'm definitely a much higher level than I would probably normally be. Definitely a lot higher level than I need to be. Just do a quick save. Oh yeah, level 9. Okay, so I think we're missing one thing there, one thing there. The king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine. Who's there? The king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I, Garland, will knock you all down. Very menacing. Alright, so when you get in boss fights, it still disables, or not disables, but it stops the auto battle. That way you don't just march in there and waste a turn or two before you realize, oh, your people are attacking. So not much for these people to do. And we'll just cure the black mage. And I'm finally going to use a spell. I don't think Garland has any particular weakness, so thunder is just as good as fire. He's weak to fists. Yeah, does the same amount of damage, so. But Hugh coming in with the big damage. Gotta love that. And that's why I find it very difficult not playing with a black belt in this game. I would probably not have a warrior over not having a black belt. Even though your warrior is typically your tank, because he's going to have the best defense. You've come to rescue me? I am Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. Words could never be enough to thank you. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland. You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please accompany me to Castle Cornelia. Sounds good. Don't have to walk back. Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can be no doubt that you are the warriors of light from Lucan's prophecy. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety. If I may. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The 4 crystals will never shine again. Now, I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Restoring light to the crystals is our only hope of ridding the world of the monsters which plague it. I will have the bridge to the north rebuilt, as I promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the 4 crystals and to the world. All right. Yep. Warriors of Light coming through. This loot has been entrusted to the Princess of Cornelia for many generations. When he abducted me, Garland took this loot as well. I want you to have it. It may aid you on your journey. I obtained the loot. Different loot than treasure, though. Sadly. Yeah. Sarah's thoughts are always with me. So, yeah, nothing down here. Yep. You have my graciousness for saving Princess Sarah. So I don't normally wander around too much here. If you come over this way or the other way, back over here, here's more Mystic Key doors. And like I said, we'll get that probably a couple episodes from now, but we do have to do a number of quests before we get it. But it is really nice because there are some decent items in all these locked doors. All right, so they're building the bridge. Orders from His Majesty. We're to do our part to fulfill Lucan's prophecy. Oh, look how excited and fast everyone is. You would have thought that they could have done that before. All right, closing in on ending this episode. We'll just kind of do the little cutscene thing, and then I'll stop it here. All right. Look at that sweet bridge. What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? No one knows. The 4 warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia. All right, so leave. I am not rested, so that's fine. Cue the cutscene. This looks a lot better than it did on the Nintendo. No kidding, huh? It should. And so their quest began. As the 4 warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. They did not even know the true significance of the 4 crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into light. Earlier Final Fantasy games so renowned for their prophecies. All right. So we're going to quick save it here. And this is where we're going to stop the episode. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.